oh, what a good chapter, good fucking chapter, especially the second half. Man, I really liked it. Chapters like this would make me go, oh, love this work. Chapters like last week, it makes me go, eh. So this chapter, Fairy Tale, chapter 4. God damn, I keep forgetting them. I gotta write this shit down. 492. Okay. For this chapter, we start off with Zara. She's still continuing to speak to the other Fairy Tale Guild members as she tries to draw them closer to the guild. Which, as far as that power goes, I tried looking at Fairy Tale Zero to see if she was able to do that before. I didn't see it anywhere, so who knows. But it makes a lot more sense that she's able to only talk to the Fairy Tale members because only they can hear it. Because the other naaaah or like war buddies, they can't hear them. They're like, oh, who are you talking to? I think one of the cats was like, oh, how'd you hear that voice? So only the Fairy Tale members can hear her, and they're the ones that are going towards the guild. So this chapter is called Sister and Younger Sister. So we get a couple sibling couples in this chapter. First, we finally get the meeting of Yukino and Angel. And so they see each other and like, sister? And then she's like, oh, Yukino, what the heck? And then we cut off to that. That's it. They just see each other and they say each other's names. And so that's some good plot progression right there, because we've been waiting for them to meet for a long time. We knew they were sisters. It was just a matter of time. Heroes has always led. He's always led a couple of breadcrumbs here and there for us to make that prediction ourselves. And then when we find in parts of the work, then the other sister couple is Mary Jane and Lisanna. They get some screen time, but of course it's Mary Jane again. Which I love. I love Mary Jane, one of my favorite characters. And she tells Lisanna to get back, which I kind of didn't like her pushing Lisanna back, because I was like, oh, come on, show that Lisanna's like grown up, you know, like she's developed into a strong, powerful character that she can help you out, that she doesn't have to be like, let's say, like a burden or the younger sister that you have to protect. I was really hoping for Lisanna to get in there, but alas, she didn't get in there. It was just Mary Jane being the same protective older sister, which I love about her character. But I was like really hoping like Lisanna would step up her character, because Hero fucking sidelined her since God knows how long. And everyone, I liked Lisanna before, but ever since she's been sidelined, I'm like, oh, come on, Hero. So we get the fight between Mary Jane and the two sidekick characters, the two girls that are like the sidekicks to Eileen, and this is where the chapter like really takes off. They're fighting neck and neck. They seem to be a lot for Mary Jane at first, because then she's like, I think I underestimated these two a little too much. And then she brings out a new Satan soul, Allegraya, I think that's how you pronounce it, sorry. Man, that looks so beast. Man, Mary Jane's character, I love her character because she's like so sweet. But whenever she goes Satan soul, she has this demonic side to her, man. It's just fucking hilarious. She's like, they show a flashback of her talking about the Tartarus arc. She's like, after the Tartarus arc, there were plenty of souls for me to devour, so I ate them all. And she has like the tongue sticking out and everything. I'm like, wow, man. Now, here's why I was a little disappointed at first, because she kind of one-shots them. Like, she kicks their ass immediately. I'm like, oh man, that's it again? And she takes him down, and then Mary Jane, she gets out of her Satan soul. And she's like, oh man, this form takes a lot of energy out of me. Please don't get back up. So here's one of the interesting part. I wish I would have done a reaction to this, because like I was like, ah. She looks back at the sidekick character, the two girls, and they're sitting there, and then all of a sudden you see steam coming up, and they turn into swords. And she's like, what? An enchantment? Don't tell me those swords were given characters. Oh shit. I'm like, oh fuck. So those are just swords that were giving. There was an enchantment spell. You know who that is. Then we see someone pop up behind her and said, wow, I can't believe someone was powerful enough to take down my enchantments. And it's Eileen. Eileen, even the demon Mary Jane has fallen to her clutches. I'm like, oh fuck. That was like a huge thing for me, because this chapter had good fighting, good build up, good character development, good plot progression with the sisters meeting. We find out some things about Elaine's power, like, she's living up to the hype big time. Like, I've already mentioned that last chapter, but she is a breath of fresh air to the Spring and 12. She's my Madara to this fairy tale war, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm a huge Eileen fan, even more now than ever. I'm hyped as hell for next chapter, because the next chapter, it's called Dragmeal the White. Who is that? Is that just a joke for Natsu to call himself that? I really hope that isn't. I hope we get some flashback story. But I wonder if we're going to show like a little scuffle between Mirajane and Eileen. That'd be awesome, man. But in the Spring Gun 12 overall, I think have been pretty decent. The problem with the Spring Gun 12 is that they kind of go down too fast. Because Hero's always been about quick fights. But I think there's also too many of these Spring Gun 12s. So I think Hero kind of narrowed it down to like maybe a couple, 3 good 4 ones. Because we got Eileen, August, and we still need to be introduced to another Spring Gun that I don't think they've spoken about yet, right? And then we still have, oh man, I can't remember her name right now. The Time Dimension girl, she's kind of tied up right now, but she kind of got beat too quick. So Eileen is taking it to the next level. Now we just need August. We need some screen time with August for him to bring up this war arc to another level. Now, do I think Mary Jane's gonna die? No, especially after last chapter, what they did with Ganjil. But I want an ass kicking or something, or like a battle between Mary Jane, because we know Mary Jane's weak right now. She's tired, especially after using that new Sage and Soul. No way she's gonna beat Eileen. I doubt it. And Eileen is just too much of an important character right now. She didn't meet up with Erza, which I thought was gonna happen because of last chapter. But I like that they're kind of like teasing us. They're bringing that along. Good chapter, great chapter. Chapters like these, man, I love them. That's what makes me love about Fairy Tail. Now, Hero, please don't let me down. Don't let me down. Please don't let me down. The hype's good. Hype is good again. Like I got over the last chapter with Gajil and all that shit. But please do something for this war arc that can make me feel this is legit. This is a legit war. As far as rating go, I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm not giving it a fan chart rating yet because it wasn't something like mind blowing, but it was great. That's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Happy 4th of July for all the Americans out there. Hope you have a good day. Peace.